Movies have become a crucial part of our lives. They have become a significant source of entertainment, and to some, a well paying job. In the film sector, there are different genres in which filmmakers explore, as they aim to bring something unique and interesting to their audience. One of the most underrated and ill represented genres, especially in the 21st century, is the mystery genre. A unique genre where the viewer is taken on a journey of solving, well, a mystery. In 2006, the film The Prestige was released and was seen by some as a successful movie, not only in the financial aspects but also in terms of reviving and showing the new generation what a mystery is and also setting an example. The Prestige takes the audience on a journey of understanding two characters as they attempt to take on each other, upstaging their rivals for the top spot in town. The film follows the characters, revealing concealed information to the audience, leaving the viewer second-guessing every action and sequence by any other characters. By exploring the trickery of magicians, The Prestige incorporates numerous aspects of filmmaking, which makes the film a success and unforgettable for the audience. The plot of the movie is commendable, presumably the key factor to the success of the movie. First, the story is told in a non-linear manner, which simply means that the order of events in the storyline are not told in the events in which they occur. While the movie starts in the present, where Angier dies performing his trick, the viewer is taken back through flashbacks to understand the relationship between Angier and Borden. The non-linear narrative helps the audience understand the current circumstances and relationships between the characters in the film. This non-linear narrative style is effective in telling the mystery and the origin of different characters in the film. In addition to the non-linear narrative, the storyline contains a quest narrative for Angier's story. Throughout the movie, the audience is taken through the journey where Angier goes on an obsessive journey, which takes him to Colorado, of getting his hands on the best magic trick ever. On his quest journey, Angier does some actions which makes the audience's opinion about him shift. Actions which could turn him from a protagonist to the film's antagonist. Regardless, this quest narrative helps the audience see Angier's obsessive nature, which would lead him to losing his allies to his lifetime rival from Olivia Winscombe to John Cutter, leaving himself all alone. In this film, the identity of the antagonist and the protagonist could change depending on the person's view of life, an aspect which makes the movie outstanding. In the movie, Angier and Borden go on different paths, which would suggest that they shift from being protagonists and antagonists, respectively. Robert Angier, played by Hugh Jackman, is one of the titular characters in the film, and is easily the protagonist of the movie. In the beginning, he is a magician who dies while performing one of his tricks. He is shown to be helpless as he succumbs to drowning. This tragic event makes the audience empathetic towards him as the story continues. Through flashbacks, he's portrayed to be an overzealous individual who would do anything to get ahead of his competition. He seeks revenge for the death of his wife by attempting to be the best magic performer in London. Soon, his desire and sheer force of will turns to obsessiveness when he decides to bury Fallon alive to get the secret of the transported man trick. His obsession is confirmed when he loses John Cutter as an ally, as a result of his reckless actions. Robert Angier then transforms from being the protagonist or the hero to being the villain. He sets on a path to frame Borden for his death, separating Borden from his young daughter, transforming fully into the antagonist. Angier's obsession is responsible for the viewer's change in perception about the character, transforming him from the protagonist who is eager and cheerful to the manipulative, evil antagonist. The characters of Alfred Borden and Fallon present a dilemma to the audience, especially because of the confession in the last scene. But for the viewer, Borden remains the main character out of the twins. Borden is presented as a competitive magician with an eye for magic tricks, but lacks the flair and presentation of Robert Angier, Between the two of them, he is better when it comes to originality and creativity. Borden's brilliance at magic tricks is seen when he is the only one who can easily identify the tricks employed by the Korean illusionist who had been faking a disability. At first, he is presented as the antagonist of the film, someone with a hidden agenda, a suspicion which was exemplified by the death of Angier's wife, Julia. He is also a competitive and vengeful individual who would do anything to outstage Angier. However, unlike his counterpart, he is a determined performer who has overcome numerous obstacles to become a success. He is shown to have sacrificed half of his life, together with his brother, to creating the perfect illusion. In the end, Borden is a victim of Angier's obsessions, an aspect which would lead him to his death. While he may not be seen as the protagonist, the film takes the viewer on a journey which transforms Borden from the villain of the story to a victim. Like the two other characters, John Cutter plays a crucial role in the film as the moral compass. John is introduced as the stage engineer for magicians. At first, he joins hands with Angier, seeing him as the best path to redemption and an occupation. He works with him on numerous acts, helping him and designating apparatus for the best acts. However, Angier's obsession to outshine Borden grows, and after taking drastic measures with Fallon, Cutter abandons Angier. Even more, he renounces him when he learns that Angier successfully framed Borden, leaving his daughter fatherless. Through his actions, he acts as the moral compass for the audience. He manages to show the audience which character needed help and when they needed to be abandoned. In addition, he opts to take care of Jess Borden until Fallon can finish cleaning up the mess. Cutter's character is crucial to the story since it shows the tipping point of Angier. And it's also crucial in showing that the twins were never the antagonists when he chooses to help them. Another aspect of the film that was successfully incorporated was the effective use of its soundtrack. Throughout the film, the filmmakers did exemplary work in blending some tunes to scenes, which played a crucial part in how the audience watched and received the information from the scenes. One of the best examples is the final scene between the two titular characters, one of the surviving Borden twin and Angier. In this iconic scene, the characters finally reveal their trade secrets to one another, signifying the end to their incredulous journey. However, as they hold the conversation, there is a sound used in the background, included by the filmmakers, which plays a significant role. The soundtrack tends to draw the audience in, sucking them into the conversation. The soundtrack makes the audience pay more attention to the conversation, signifying its importance. In addition, the soundtracks are also used in the scenes containing the magic tricks in the theater. In these scenes, an up-tempo beat is used to bring the audience and the viewer to set the scene. In summary, the soundtrack used in this movie is successful in serving its purpose, especially to draw the attention of the viewer. In conclusion, the plot of the movie, the intensity of its characters, and its unique soundtrack are effective in making The Prestige a success. Despite the presence of a star-studded cast, the movie manages to impress its audience due to its story, the characters, and the manner in which the story is told. As a mystery film, the story takes the audience on a journey of two magic illusionists as they attempt to outmaneuver each other for the top spot and the negative reparations born out of their actions. How did you like this film? Let us know in the comment section down below. But if you haven't watched it yet, would you go watch it now after this video? Thank you for sticking with us till the end. Remember to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be up to date with our movie musings here on Flick and Chips.